Good morning. I'm Mark. Today we're in Barcelona, in the year 1885. This is a city in motion, but not in a hurry, shaped by work, routine, and the steady rhythm of everyday life. We'll spend a full day here, moving slowly from morning to night, to understand how ordinary people lived, worked, dressed, and shared the city around them. Morning in Barcelona begins with light rather than sound. The sun rises low over the Mediterranean, casting a pale glow along narrow streets and stone facades. Air moves gently between buildings, carrying traces of salt, dust, and yesterday's warmth. The city does not wake all at once, it opens its eyes slowly. Room by room, street by street. Most people rise early. Homes are modest and close together, often shared by extended families or workers renting single rooms. Windows open to let in fresh air before heat settles in. Inside, floors are cool stone or tile, walls bare except for simple furnishings. Morning routines are practical, shaped by the day's labor rather than comfort. Clothing is chosen for durability. Men wear linen shirts, wool trousers, and sturdy boots suited for long hours of standing or walking. Women dress in long skirts and fitted bodices, aprons tied firmly at the waist. Fabrics are natural, cotton, linen, wool, selected for breathability in the warm climate. Cleanliness matters, but fashion remains secondary to function. As the morning advances, streets begin to fill with quiet purpose. Bakers prepare loaves in ground floor workshops, their doors open to the street. Artisans unlock shutters to small shops where tools are arranged by habit rather than display. The smell of bread and smoke lingers briefly, then dissolves into the air. Work defines the rhythm of the day. Many residents earn their living through manual trades, dock labor, construction, tailoring, food preparation. Others serve in shops, workshops, or small family businesses passed down through generations. Employment is rarely distant. Most people work within walking distance of where they live. Markets begin to stir as vendors arrange goods with practiced hands. Wooden crates hold fruits, vegetables, and fish brought in before dawn. Prices are discussed quietly, often the same each day. These exchanges are familiar, built on routine and trust rather than negotiation. Public spaces belong to everyone at this hour. Streets are not only paths but meeting places, extensions of the home. Conversations happen briefly, without stopping the flow of the morning. A nod, a word exchanged, then each person continues on their way. By mid-morning, the city is fully awake. Sunlight now reaches deeper into streets, reflecting softly off stone and plaster. The pace remains steady, never rushed. Barcelona moves forward through habit and repetition, shaped by countless ordinary mornings like this one. Late morning brings a subtle shift in the city's energy. The sun stands higher now, warming stone walls and tiled roofs, and the air grows denser as heat settles in. Shadows retreat beneath balconies and awnings, offering narrow bands of relief. Work continues, steady and uninterrupted, shaped by habit rather than urgency. Shops are fully open by this hour. Inside, tailors measure fabric by eye and memory, cutting patterns that have changed little over time. Shoemakers work with leather darkened by oil and use, shaping soles meant to last through years of wear. These trades depend on skill passed quietly from one generation to the next. On the streets, movement remains measured. Goods are carried by hand or small carts, guided carefully along uneven stone. Horses are used sparingly within the city, more common near the outskirts or docks. Most daily transport relies on walking, reinforcing the city's compact, human scale. Markets grow busier as residents finish early tasks and turn to household needs. Produce is examined carefully, weighed by feel rather than scale. Fish brought in from the coast is sold quickly, valued for its freshness. Late morning is the practical heart of the day, when necessities are secured before the afternoon heat. Public fountains become gathering points. Water is collected for cooking and cleaning, poured carefully into ceramic or metal containers. These moments are social as much as practical. Short conversations unfold naturally, shaped by shared routine rather than intention. Clothing begins to show signs of the day's warmth. Sleeves are loosened, collars opened slightly. Hats remain common, offering shade as much as status. Fashion follows function here, shaped by climate and labor rather than trend. Cafes and taverns prepare for the midday pause. Tables are set near doorways where air circulates more freely. These spaces serve as extensions of the street, places where work briefly loosens its grip before resuming later in the day. Late morning carries a sense of completion. Essential tasks are nearly finished, and the city prepares instinctively for rest. Barcelona moves toward midday not with anticipation, but with understanding, shaped by years of living in rhythm with heat and light. The afternoon in Barcelona settles slowly, almost deliberately. The sun now stands high, pressing warmth into stone walls and narrow streets. Air grows heavier, and movement becomes economical, measured. This is not a time for urgency, but for endurance, the long middle stretch of the day. Many workshops slow their pace during these hours. Physical labor continues, but with more pauses. Craftsmen work closer to doorways, where faint air currents offer relief. Tools rest briefly on benches between tasks, their surfaces marked by years of use. For many families, midday brings the main meal of the day. Food is simple and filling: bread, vegetables, legumes, and small portions of meat or fish when available. Meals are eaten at home when possible, or in shaded corners of the street. The city pauses together, briefly united by rest. Public spaces quiet noticeably after midday. Streets empty slightly as shutters close to block the sun. This pause is not imposed, but learned, a response to climate rather than custom. The city rests because it must. Those who continue working adjust their routines. Dock laborers near the port take advantage of sea breezes, while builders seek shade along walls. Clothing shows signs of wear and sweat, fabric creased and softened by repeated use. The afternoon tests both patience and strength. Children, when not at work themselves, remain close to home during these hours. Courtyards and shaded passages offer refuge from the sun. Play is quiet, contained, shaped by the same rhythms as adult life around them. As the afternoon progresses, light begins to soften almost imperceptibly. The heat remains, but its edge dulls. The city senses the coming change, preparing to move again after hours of restraint. Work resumes gradually. Shutters reopen, doors swing wide once more. The afternoon gives way not suddenly, but gently, allowing the city to stretch and return to motion. By the time shadows lengthen again, Barcelona has endured the heart of the day. The city stands ready to shift once more, moving slowly toward evening with a sense of earned ease. Evening in Barcelona arrives gradually, announced first by the lengthening of shadows. The sun lowers toward the sea, and its light softens, warming the stone surfaces that absorbed heat throughout the day. Streets begin to fill again, not with urgency, but with release. The hardest hours are over. Workers return from workshops and docks, moving back toward their neighborhoods. Clothing carries the marks of the day: dust on trousers, creases in linen shirts, loosened collars. There is little separation between work and home life. The street itself becomes a shared space of transition. Food preparation begins again in homes across the city. Evening meals are lighter than midday ones, often consisting of bread, soup, or leftovers from earlier. Windows remain open to allow air to pass through small rooms. Smells of cooking drift briefly into the street before fading. Public spaces regain importance as daylight fades. Small gatherings form near doorways and in squares. where conversation replaces labor. These moments are informal, unplanned, shaped by proximity rather than purpose. The city exhales together. As darkness approaches, oil lamps and gas lights appear, placed carefully to extend the day just a little longer. Their glow is uneven, casting soft halos against walls and pavement. Night does not arrive abruptly here, it is invited in. Night settles fully over the city, drawing edges closer and reducing the street to shapes and light. Activity diminishes, not because it must, but because the day has been long. Doors close gradually. Voices grow fewer. Homes become the center of life once more. Families gather in close quarters, resting after the demands of work and heat. Interiors are dim, illuminated by single lamps or candles. Comfort is found not in space, but in familiarity. Outside, the city grows still. Occasional footsteps echo softly against stone, then disappear. The Mediterranean air cools slightly, easing the weight of the day. Barcelona rests without spectacle, held together by routine and repetition. Night does not erase the city, it simplifies it. What remains is structure, memory, and silence. Tomorrow will follow the same pattern, shaped by the same needs and the same light. An ordinary day in Barcelona, in 1885, passes without record. No events mark it as important. Yet it is built from the same moments that shaped the city over generations. Work, rest, heat, and light guide each hour. Life here is not defined by history, but by repetition, steady, human, and enduring.